Nasty day outside. Those are not leaves on the ground. That is a mixture of horse shit and dog shit. Since I'm not outside doing my never-ending duties of cleaning up after all this shit, I figured I would make good on my promise and show you how to perform a tarot reading. Now, prior to any tarot reading that you want to go well, you are going to perform the relaxation ritual and the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. This is to get you in a more receptive state so that your subconscious and your conscious can work in unison to bring forth clear and valid results. Now, after performing the relaxation and the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, you will say a very short invocation. And the invocation goes as such. In the divine name, E-A-O, I invoke thee, thou great angel Hru, who art set over the operations of this secret wisdom. Lay thine hand invisibly on these consecrated cards of art, that thereby I may obtain true knowledge of hidden things, to the glory of the ineffable name. Amen. Now, after performing the relaxation, the lesser banishing, and invoking, you begin to shuffle your cards. The entire deck, minor arcana, and the major arcana. If you have the same deck as me, make sure you take out the extra temperance card, because there's 2 temperance cards in this deck. And keep your question in mind. Now, you can go a little bit more physical on these readings, because this is the more generalized reading that you would get when you ask a tarot reader to give you a reading on your future. So the question we are formulating on this is, what should I expect in the upcoming months? This is a simple reading, so you don't want to go too far ahead. So what should I expect in the upcoming months? The reading that I'm going to show you in the spread layout is a new Golden Dawn version to replace the old Celtic Cross spread. And how it differs is that you don't need to have reversed cards in this spread. The cards are either well or ill dignified by their neighboring cards. And I will explain that as we get there. The reason I like this spread is it takes out a lot of the unnecessary stuff, because when you're doing a real reading, performing the old Celtic Cross spread, you have to sit there and reverse a good number of cards in the deck. And you do this by splitting the deck into 3 piles and reversing the middle pile entirely, which could end up giving you a lot of reverse cards. I don't think this is as accurate as it could be. Which is why I like this version a little bit better. And there's another way to do a reading, the 15 card spread, which I'll get to in a later video. This is the 10 card spread. Make sure you keep your question in mind while you shuffle. That is how you cut the cards. Now, to lay them out in the 10 card spread. Card 1. Try to get in the middle here. Card 1. Card 2. Card 3. Card 4. Card 5. Card 6. Card 7. Card 8. And card 9. And then the final card in the center like that. Like I said, because you don't need reversed cards, it takes out a lot of the stuff you gotta watch for, so that being sideways isn't necessarily a bad thing as it used to be. And flipping cards, for that matter, now you can flip them any way you want, because it doesn't matter. So, we begin flipping cards. We start with card 1. And this is how I do it. I just put card 10 face down underneath. Card 1. And what to expect from the upcoming months. Card 1 represents the querent and the question, as well as the primary influences surrounding him or her. A court card here might refer to a person. Court cards are the royals. So, for my first card, card 1, the 9 of Pentacles. Material gain. Now we flip 2 and 3. These cards represent the subconscious mind of the querent. They give information on hidden influences which affect but are not detected by the querent. Now, the Ace of Pentacles has been in a video before. It's related to the fourfold rite of the tarot, the breathing exercise. The Ace of Pentacles represents Asaya, the tree of life pertaining to Malkuth, the kingdom. Physicality, an empty womb, and creativity, material things. And then the 3 of Cups, which pertains to abundance. As you can see, the cups are all overflowing, and the flowers are all bloomed. Now we go to 4 and 5. These cards represent the conscious mind of the querent. They give information on thoughts and feelings of the querent towards the nature of the question, which may or may not be in harmony with cards 2 and 3. 2 of Cups, love, and the universe, which has a deeper meaning we'll have to get into. I don't have time to get into the meanings on all these cards. I'm running out of time fast. So now we flip 6 and 7. These cards shed light on the querent's past. They indicate past events or influences which relate to the current question or problem. The Princess of Swords and the Prince of Cups. This is also going to have to, I'll get into the meanings of the court cards later. They usually represent physical people, but they could also represent states of mind. Now we flip 8 and 9. These cards represent the final outcome or potential future events or influences. The 6 of Wands and the Moon. victory, and the moon could mean a lot of things. Its general, usual mean is deception, but what does deception mean for that matter? It's very cryptic. I'll have to go into a video just for the actual meaning of the moon card. Each one of these cards have very long meanings in the book I'm reading out of, and it would take at least 15 minutes per card just to explain each meaning. Now, we flip the last card. Card 10. This is the crossover card from past to future. This indicates the psychological implications on the querent or the actions he or she will take in making whatever decision may be necessary. It may also indicate forces operating beyond the control of the querent to which he or she must adapt. In this place, we have the Eight of Wands, swiftness. The wands correlate to fire, the elemental fire, and Yod in Yad-He Vav-He, as well as the world of Atziluth, which is the tree of life corresponding to the top three spheres on the tree of life. I will have to get into a video about that too, the 4 fours. Now, like I said, court cards often represent actual men and women, but they can also represent psychological states. After laying the cards out, you should look for grouping cards or majority cards. Now, what do I mean by grouping cards or majority cards? Grouping cards means that one type of card dominates the reading. Now, looking at this, it's a very well-balanced reading. There is no one... If you go by anything, pentacles and wands are fighting, but no, there's two cups too. So the only thing that this reading is lacking is any kind of swords, which is kind of a good thing, because swords are usually a bad thing, except for the princess there, and Princess of Swords is a bad thing. Can be a bad thing. But, as you can see from this reading, there is no ill-dignified cards on any of the neighboring cards. So, the only one that might be considered, but because that is good, that means the moon is not deception. If it has a good neighboring card, that means that like I said, there's more than one meaning to every card. So it having a good card neighboring means that the good meaning of the moon is in place here, as well as everything else for that matter, because I don't have there's not one bad card in here, except for perhaps the Princess of Swords, but having a good card neighboring it like the Prince of Cups would also mean that that Princess of Swords is good and well dignified. So, yeah, that is the New Age Celtic Cross without any reverse cards. And how to perform the spread. Hopefully you have your own deck and your own book so you could be interpreting these things on your own. But leave comments and let me know if you want meanings to the cards uploaded. I will do that. Obviously, that'd be a lot to go into every single card, but at least some of the more important ones, like the major arcana. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you click that like button and subscribe. I'll be back with a lot more. Next up is the Middle Pillar Ritual. Have a good day.